Coverage coming your way is presented by at one of the oldest golf clubs in the world, Royal Troon.
It's getting close to 150 years old. Of course, only had 5 holes on it. But over the Open Championship roster, this has probably been the most successful, or provided the most success to American players. The last 6
holes in all of major championship golf, the 123-yard par 3/8. It's known as the postage stamp, and one of the legends had a really nice moment there many years ago.
The late Gene Sarazen, the Squire, he had a little ace there, all televised too, and it was a great way to remember his phenomenal career.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Getting set now over the putt. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, as we step to the tee here at the par 4 second hole, just 391 yards, but a classic case on links golf where the bunkering here is just so much different than a classic American layout.
And it's also where a change of strategy will certainly help. Remember, the ball's going to run much further here in Scotland than what it will in America. So you can use a shorter club and let that ball to run out to the normal distance you would hit it, perhaps with 2 or 3 clubs more.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
So a tester from 4 feet. So into red figures at 1 under. Now at the third hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Yeah, simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then from there...
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. And it makes the green in regulation. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this. That was a good run at it, Rich.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So close. Not used to seeing that. Going to drop a shot at the third. And so just getting started. Even par so far. It's a dogleg right, par 5, the fourth hole. Can you cut the corner here, Frank?
Well, you don't have to. There is a bunker down the right side that's going to take at least 280 yards to get past that. You can also cut it around there and sort of follow the shape of the hole. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, hitting way right.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough.
Rich, you know, after you've already made one mistake in the rough, there's a chance he's going to make another.
Just trying to get it back out into the fairway and not make a big number. Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult. Not a problem there, Rich.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. On to the fifth hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an... It's a big putt right here for birdie. Drops a second birdie for the day. All right, Frank, how about the sixth hole? Long par 5.
Yeah, 3 bunkers off the tee. Avoid those. But if you hit a good one, certainly reachable. I'm loving that balance.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Trying to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Starting to feel it now. 2 straight birdies and 3 under for the round. Frank, here we are. All of 123 yards. It's a famous postage stamp hole.
It sits up there nice and proud. It's protected by 5 bunkers, but avoid the ones on the right. They're the deepest, all the way down on that right side.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And getting ready for the putt. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Frank, the 9th hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You're looking to make birdie here? You happy to make a par and move on to the back 9?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the 9th is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's 2 tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily. Beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way.
I've heard of being on the zone, but this is he's just making it look so easy.
Just sensational golf. I mean, he is knocking down every flagstick right now. What a performance. Rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
9 holes in the books here at Royal Troon. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, who played the Open Championship on 2 occasions, once alongside Tiger Woods. And we're getting set for the back 9 action. Frank, 10th hole, what's it look like?
Well, from the championship tees, it's actually a blind tee shot and a dogleg to the left, where you're actually hitting your tee shot over the sand hills. Not a single bunker on the 10.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. The second shot now to the par 4.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, off, off. Rough.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Ooh, that hurts. Starting the back nine on a sour note here with a drop shot, bogey at the 10th. Just a couple of feet. Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just one shot after that terrific stretch of birdies. Frank, this 11th hole can be a real bear. Even the Golden Bear knows that.
Yeah, just to remind him, in his rookie year in 1962, he made a whopping 11. Now, I can't remember the last time I heard Jack Nicklaus made double figures on one hole.
Yeah, so maybe a bogey 5 or even a double bogey 6. Not so bad. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be. Yeah, minimize the problems.
So third shot now for Rory McIlroy.
Should be safely on deck.
Frank, that was a pretty good shot right there.
Yeah, he's done well to minimize the damage.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. Back here on the bonny shores of Scotland at Royal Troon Golf Club with just a wee breeze, as they say over here, Frank. On the tee at the 12th.
Yeah, hole that bends to the right, gorse right and left. There's a bit of a mound and rough down the right side. That has to be avoided. Ah, nice.
Looks good. That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards.
Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle.
It's that sneaky distance.
Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Frank, break down the par 4 13th for us.
Another par 4 that bends to the right. Lots of undulation on this fairway. This is the first of 6 straight holes that head in the direction of the clubhouse.
Good spot right there.
Center cut.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Pretty good shot right there. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Heading for home now, Frank. The par 3 14, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's right that narrow the front of the screen up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. We're just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par. Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5, and here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it onto the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McILROY, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot. Safely aboard. Locked in on the read and the speed. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break.
So a tester from 4 feet. Has it for par, stays at -5. Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
This one has a good line. Oh, yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi, and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just 1 hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
And the great white sharks, so often so unlucky at major championships. Here's the second shot from 180. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.
Great finishing hole here, Frank, at Royal Troon, the 18th.
Really, it's all about the tee shot. If you find one of those pot bunkers, then the best you can do is lay up, and then you're looking instantly at least a 5.